Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer and welcome to your daily silver stacking video. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, I just have to say thank you so much for supporting this channel to the extent that you do. You know, we just hit 50,000 subscribers. I'm doing a giveaway. I posted a video yesterday talking about YouTube, how they could be or are potentially silencing, muting, censoring silver stacking channels, and eventually could be banning them. And that video did very well. It already has like 20,000 views, and some of the comments on there hit me so hard. Like I was literally just sitting in my office just staring at the ground, like how positive they were. Like it just blew my mind. Thank you so much for everyone that leaves a positive comment or says something meaningful. It really does impact me. You know, it's gotten me through a lot of times when I didn't want to make videos or was debating quitting sometime. You know, that was years ago, but I just appreciate you all. Even if you just like the video or, you know, it really does mean a lot. I mean, just watching the video, it still means a lot. You know, sometimes these numbers it's hard to comprehend. Like that video, 20,000 people watched it. Like, I don't think the human brain can fathom that number. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking like 200 people like sitting at their home or whatever, but 20,000, I just can't imagine that, you know, especially listening to me. So I just want to say thank you real quick because that really hit me hard yesterday. Shout out to my moderator, Joker's Wild, for bringing it to my attention to the degree that it was. So yeah, I also have a very important video today. Yesterday's video was very important, but this video is important from a different angle, and that's talking about Elon Musk. Now, I've been on this conspiracy, which, here we go again, controversial content, that Elon Musk is a silver mastermind, warlord, or whatever you want to call it. He's a mastermind. I mean, he's a straight up genius with SpaceX and Tesla and everything that he does, but all of those companies require boatloads of silver. Boatloads. And if silver even gets up to $50, like I'm going to show in a second, Mike Maloney does all the calculations. He does all the calculations for this, shows the numbers, shows everything that Elon would be paying if he buys a lot of silver right now or waits until silver's $50, $100. It's incredible. It puts things in perspective, and Elon actually, I think, reached out and said thanks for it or something. So he knows. You know, he's a genius. He's talked about Bitcoin. He's talked about physical gold. He knows about silver. But if he mentioned it, what would that do to the price of silver? Skyrocket it. And that wouldn't be good for him right now. It would raise his cost of production. So he's probably buying boatloads of silver, probably one of his biggest investments, but it's under the table. I mean, look at Dogecoin. He's tweeted 4 letters, DOGE, which is Dogecoin. It's like a meme coin. It was like 3 or 4 cents, and he shot it up like thousands of percent just from those 4 letters that he tweeted. That's how powerful he is. So if people started finding out that he's investing into silver, the price would go astronomical. It would go insane. But, you know, that's where the conspiracy starts. But then I did some digging, and I have 6, 7 different articles we're going to cover in today's video, all showing, not proof, but very, I guess, believable evidence or even just making some really good points on why he is and if he is. So we have the Mike Maloney one. We have this David Morgan one, which is talking about Tesla needing silver, but where will Elon get it? And then we have another article from Kitco. It's not only Bitcoin that Elon Musk is looking at as an alternative reserve asset. We have another article from Gold Silver talking about Dear Elon, buy physical gold and silver now, not paper ETFs. And then we have another article from Reddit. Elon Musk is trying to distract retail from silver with recent tweets. And then we have another article, will Elon Musk start buying silver and selling Bitcoin? So lots of different articles have been talking about this. I wanted to look at all the different points they have to make. I've talked about it in a couple different videos before, but I've never gone this deep. You know, I'll just make a video covering something like this, but I have 6 different pieces of information to look into. So I think this video is going to be extremely good, extremely important to look at, because it's not just Elon Musk. It's not just Tesla. It's not just SpaceX. We are advancing technologically in this new digital era, and every company is going to be still needing silver and probably more of it. But as the price gets higher, what would that do? Would they be able to keep the doors open if silver's $100 instead of 24 right now? And like this video says, where will he get it? Imagine if there is a huge silver shortage. How is the newest, latest Tesla going to get made if there's not much silver left, or if they're having a hard time finding it? How is how are we going to, pursue the Green New Deal if there's no more silver? How are we going to do any of that? 5G towers, any of that? How, if there's already a silver shortage, moving forwards when we need much more silver, how is any of that going to happen if the supply is already diminishing before we even really start the Green New Deal, before we even really start any of this? I mean, by 2030, every electric vehicle company is going to be going electric. So we still have 3, 4, 5 years before we really need a lot of silver, but there's already a hard time. The U.S. Mint already had to put a limited supply on American Eagles, and that's only 13 million ounces. The U.S. Mint had a hard time finding 13 million ounces when the global demand is like 900 million, nearly a billion ounces. So you can see the severity of the situation, and that's why something like this is so important, because this is just scratching the surface, but it still is huge because we have someone as influential as Elon Musk who is in the equation. So yeah, make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment, share it. Let's see if this video can do as good as yesterday's. It is important. It's just as important. So yeah. Now, Tesla needs silver. Where will Elon Musk get it? So this is an open letter, and silver guru David Morgan suggests the company should consider accepting payment in silver and not Bitcoin. Was Bitcoin. And Elon Musk has a reputation for innovation, but the company's plan is to accept Bitcoin as a payment. And this was previous, and they made that announcement last month. We already know what happens. He did accept it for a while, but then he started, he cut it off because of something with like mining GPUs, and it used too much electricity and wasn't good for the environment, something like that. But could precious metals be next? In a recently penned open to Musk, David Morgan sent a letter, and Mike Maloney, I think, did it first. We're going to read his in a second. We should actually probably read this first. It gives the most context and proof. So yeah, we're actually going to switch to this first, and then we'll go into David Morgan and then look at the rest of these 5 other articles. You're definitely going to want to stick through this entire video. There's going to be some good stuff and a lot of different points being made. So this is Mike Maloney's letter to Elon Musk. This is crazy. This blew my mind the first time I read it. So buy physical silver. He tweeted this to Elon. So he said, "You said that Tesla plans to sell 20 million EVs by 2030. The company produced 430,400 units over the past 4 quarters. So that would be around 19,569,600 more vehicles within 9 years. Each EV uses up to 50 grams of silver, which totals 978 million grams. In other words, if you reach your 2030 sales goal, Tesla will need up to 31 million ounces of silver per year. The cost at $25, $786 million. But the cost at $50, $1.57 billion. And at $100, it's a whopping $3.145 billion. And that's just your automobile business, not including SpaceX or anything else. So it could be $786 million or $3.145 billion if he waits. That really puts things into perspective. And you know Elon is a genius. You know he's in the investing world, so you know he knows about silver. And since we are on the conversation of Elon Musk's investments, I do want to share some of mine, which is physical silver, Bitcoin, and GSX. Now, GSX is gold secured currency. It's a crypto backed by physical gold, but it's very, very extensive. They're doing a lot. So I'm about to talk a little bit about some of the benefits they have to offer. But trust me, it's definitely something that I personally am invested into and very interested in, and you'll see why in a second, but maybe you will be as well. So check this out. And yes, we just hit 50,000 subscribers. I'm doing a 50,000 subscriber silver giveaway. The entry video is live. If you want a chance to get silver shipped straight to your front doorstep, make sure you click subscribe, click the notification bell. The entry video, I posted it a couple days ago, so just click on my videos, and it's like 3 videos down. Real easy to find, real easy to enter, and may the luckiest stacker win. I'm also doing a sweepstakes thing with GSX gold secured currency. It's a crypto backed by physical gold. They mine the gold out of the ground themselves. They have mining sites all over the world. It's Apollo FinTech. Definitely revolutionary. You can exchange the coins for physical gold. It's just a really cool, I guess, idea. The coins are 4 cents right now. The coin hit the exchange 4 months ago, so it's really new. And they have a 3-year roadmap on the site, and what they're gonna do, which they've done everything, is going to be tremendous and astronomical. And I can see that coin being worth a lot more than 4 cents. So the link's in the description if you want to invest into that. Take a screenshot and send it of your purchase and send it to Silver Slayer Media. And I'm going to be throwing some silver out to some of the people that did branch out and are taking different, I guess, directions and paths, because it is backed by physical gold, which still stands for this channel. And that's just something I think is really, really fascinating. I've been looking into them more and more and more, and it's just blowing my mind more. They just uploaded a mobile app called Gold Inc., where you can mine. It's like a game on your phone you can download right now. It's called Gold Inc. You can mine on there and actually earn physical gold, because you get coins on there which you can exchange. It's kind of like GSX. You can exchange it for physical gold. It's just crazy. I mean, what they're doing is crazy. And I wrote a whole entire like book in the description explaining more. It's just a long paragraph because they're doing so much and they've done so much. I can't explain it in a 1-minute segment in my video. There's just way too much that they've done and that they're planning on doing. So when we're on the topic of Elon Musk and how he's going to get this silver, as David Morgan puts it, I am curious, and I wonder if you have any ideas or thoughts or points you could make on Elon Musk doing this. We've talked about where silver would come from in the past, whether it's innovating the mining, I guess the mining technology, digging silver out of the ground, whether it's space mining. There's an asteroid coming towards Earth called Psyche 16, where if they could mine this asteroid, they would have precious metals forever. I mean, $500 quintillion worth of precious metals. Or would they come after our silver confiscation? I mean, there's been several different gold confiscations throughout the history. I made a video on that a couple months ago, maybe a month ago. It's happened several different times. So yeah, what would happen? I would love for you to throw your thoughts on that in the comment section. So let's see what David Morgan has to say. So Morgan doesn't know if Musk has seen his letter, but he thinks it is possible given the power of the internet. So his purpose was to bring awareness to him and everyone else. He said, aside from accepting precious metals as payment, silver guru David Morgan also pointed out that Musk may want to secure Tesla's supply of silver, given that the company is a commercial user of the metal. It's not just him, it's to anybody that's not in the club right now, and that's not already part of the Silver Users Association and doesn't have a direct relationship with the refiner. And that's also a very important point. If he's going to have to pay the premiums, which right now spot price may be $24, but to buy a physical ounce is around $40, sometimes $50 if you're looking on Amazon, that could be devastating, because like Mike Maloney put it would be $3.145 billion. But if he's going to have to pay a premium, that could be billions. I mean, tens of billions. So aside from, he will need a lot. He will need a lot. And he's not in a club that's already got a direct line. So he's going to have to go in and get it himself, which it's a little different than going into, let's say, a source that you've already established for the last 30 years where you got first dibs. That's a game changer, especially when you need the amount of silver that he would need. Aside from Musk and Tesla, Morgan spoke out about the silver squeeze, and it originated from Reddit. So when we're looking at silver, when we're looking at people that are going to need it, not anyone or not everyone is in that Silver Users Association, especially, and it's not just Musk. Think about how many big companies, big technological advancements aren't in that club that are going to have to. It's not if he is or not. That definitely aren't going to be in that club where they have a relationship with a refiner. I mean, that itself could push the silver shortage to an all-time. I mean, it's to a whole different level than we're even imagining it could be or would look like. So in the last 2 trading days, we've seen a series of tweets by Elon. He has a profound impact on the price of Bitcoin. In fact, Bitcoin opened at 38, closed over 44,000 the same day. And that's from Musk. Now, however, it was not only Bitcoin that Musk is currently looking to diversify the company's cash holdings into. So, in a filing of the Securities Exchange Commission in January 2021 that included the following statement, in January 2021, we will be updating our investment policy to provide more flexibility to further diversify and maximize returns on our cash that is not required to maintain adequate operating liquidity. In other words, the CEO of Tesla is looking into future and believes that there are asset classes other than the US dollar that would be appropriate for Tesla to move into. And one of those asset classes is gold. As a part of the policy, which was duly approved by the audit committee of our board of directors, we may invest a portion of such cash into certain alternative reserves, including digital assets, gold bullion, gold exchange traded funds, and other assets as specified in the future. Now, although Musk has not tweeted, keyword tweeted, about acquiring more gold since last year, the filing of the statements above to the Securities Exchange Commission clearly lays out his intent to diversify out of the US dollar with a portion of free cash in the company into gold bullion as well as gold ETFs. While we did not see the kind of dramatic rise in gold that was witnessed as Bitcoin, it's nonetheless a nod in the intrinsic value of gold as a hard asset. And it's because it was in filing. If he would have tweeted out physical gold is what's next or something, as black and white and blatant as he did with Dogecoin, Bitcoin, we definitely would have seen that. And especially with silver, which is a much smaller market than gold, it would have been astronomical. Because yes, silver and gold are put together, but silver is more volatile. Silver moves at such a more extreme rate than gold because silver is a much smaller market. I call it gold on steroids. Now, let's look at this. Let's look at this. This is from goldsilver.com. And they're talking about Elon Musk buying physical gold and silver now and not ETFs. And just like he said, he's going to be also putting in, or transferring money out of fiat, which he knows about the dollar and how his money would be burning away, into physical bullion. And they even go over his filing that talked about it. So they say, we hope you will get this urgent warning in front of him, starting with a letter that he could be sent in the future if he buys paper gold. That would be terrible. We regret to inform, and this is their letter, by the way, we regret to inform you that due to the counterparty risk of our bullion ETF, a fund of the net asset value, or the NAV, does not currently match the spot price of gold. We recently discovered that some of the gold bullion acquired by our sub-custodians is below requirements as set forth in the trust agreement. This means that if you sell shares of the ETF, the value of those shares will be below spot price. And that would be really bad for him, since he might be having to pay extremely high premiums, or when he does sell, he could be getting those premiums. So, and they said it's not a hyperbole. It's true. During the market crash in March 2020, when silver was $11, that means that GDX did not sell, or gold was a lot higher. That's when gold was around 2,000. Gold producers that did not track its NAV sold for less than the value of the underlying asset. And that's why, or here's why, we use, as such huge fans of your revolutionary ideas, urged you to consider buying the real metal. And like we all say, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. And they go deeper into all this, but I want to get on to the next article, because we still have another one after this as well, ladies and gentlemen. So this is more of a conspiracy. This guy is definitely throwing something way out there, but he makes some good points. And even if it is just a theory, his points he makes are good enough to even mention itself. So Elon Musk is trying to distract retail from silver with recent tweets. So this is a Tesla and SLV connection. Here's the gist. Elon Musk is trying to distract potential silver buyers with his recent tweets. More details below based on 3 observations. And these are 3 observations. 1. Elon Musk is increasingly praising a specific financial instrument on his Twitter. 2. Musk needs a serious amount of silver for several of his holdings, Solar City owned by Tesla, SpaceX, and Tesla. And that's another one we haven't been talking about much. Solar City is also something. So it's not just Tesla and SpaceX, also Solar City. I mean, everything he is invested in, all of his businesses need massive amounts of silver. He is going to be screwed if he is not buying a lot of silver right now. And number 3, Musk has a history of sending out tweets that wind up changing prices of assets. Here's the breakdown. 1. Musk is hyping something on Twitter, talking about how it is on the verge of being accepted. If money goes into that thing because people anticipate a spike in value, it can't go into buying up silver metals. 2. Musk needs silver metal for many reasons. Solar panels for Solar City owned by Tesla, solar panels for SpaceX satellites, electrical conductors for EV. Musk wants the price of silver to stay as low as possible since his companies will need to buy it for industrial purposes regardless. And then he goes into Solar City, SpaceX have one solar panel going into all this. So what? If the price of silver skyrockets, so does the cost of manufacturing solar panels for Earth and SpaceX and EVs. So Musk, in my opinion, is understandably trying to get as many impressionable retail traders over to another safe haven ASAP so they don't go into silver. And that's why he's pressing it so hard. And it's pretty much, that's kind of a good point. And, I definitely think that even if he's not to the extent that this guy is saying, he's definitely trying to put some type of thought out there, even talking about physical gold. I mean, he knows people will see that as Bitcoin. He's definitely making it very obvious and blatant that he is looking for other alleyways, other avenues, other directions. So here's another article. Will Elon Musk start buying silver and selling Bitcoin? First on the agenda, are cryptos a magical creation exempt from all the known market forces? David believes that Fibonacci will have his revenge. A major retracement is inevitable, and we discussed his open letter to Elon Musk urging him to buy silver. Our solar clean energy future depends on it. There's not enough silver in the world to switch over to solar and green. And that's what I was talking about. But that won't stop the dreamers. And that's exactly what I was talking about in the beginning of this video. They said there is not enough silver in the world to do this. So how is this going to happen? Solar panels only last for 10 years and they need to be replaced. Windmills aren't lasting 20 years as expected. The social media has distorted reality and brainwashed the masses. That's a really good point. This could be a whole video itself. I might actually use that point that there literally will not be enough silver for the Green New Deal and all this to come true. That's definitely, I'm going to have to write that down because that is a great video idea. But anyways, everything nowadays is based upon emotion. Under the current technological conditions, our green energy future isn't going to happen now or in the future. Just wait for precious metals to realize their true value. And that is the perfect point. It's a perfect point. Just wait till people realize how important silver is and watch the true value come through. So yeah, I mean, it's all right here. I mean, you can't try to deny that fact. You can talk about the reasons stock prices could skyrocket and all that, but at the end of the day, if you're looking about potential opportunity in something that has true worth, true value, silver by far, hands down, has the most potential. Silver is it. You can't argue that. You can't debate that. Try anything else in the world, whether it's real estate, Bitcoin, anything, and try to argue that fact or that point. You can't. Silver is it, hands down. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you stuck through this entire video, and if you have, give yourself a pat on the back. We talked about a lot, covered a lot, And most people probably clicked off within 2-3 minutes of this video. But if you're someone that stuck through this entire time, it shows a lot about your character, your personality. You wanted to soak up every piece of information, and that will translate into your success. It means you want knowledge. You wanted to learn. You wanted to see all this from every angle. And that will, I promise, translate into your success as an investor and into your everyday life as well. Shows a lot. So give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thanks for tuning in. Go check out the video I made yesterday if you already haven't. It's very important. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.